Are we live? Yes, we are live. Hey, how are you? Congratulations to the whitelist. How are you feeling today? So exciting to Isabel Greg, how are you? Nishat Kudos, hey, what's up? I'm doing well, thanks. I'm doing well. Mission Control is really nice. I am really enjoying it. It's really cool, really nice, and a long-awaited update for the game. Or it's not even an update, it's just, I don't know, something entirely new. It's very exciting, very special. And I hope you guys managed to trade. Hey buddy, what's up? How are you feeling today? I hope you guys managed to try it a fair bit over the last 24 hours. Trojanovska, love your hearts. Chame, hey, but I just can't place pics on any tile. Since yesterday I followed the exact instruction, but nothing, it just doesn't respond. Okay, did you try to clear cookies and cache and restart your device? A very exciting day. Hello Ming Ming, nice to have you there. Jorina, Galina Kabek, hi, welcome. I hope you're having a really nice day, because I am having a really nice day myself. And everyone here at the office are super excited about the launch. Well, it's not even officially launched yet. We're just kind of like, Amy fam, hey, oh, love those hearts, love you back. It's not even officially launched, we just soft launched it. And for those of you who were here yesterday, you also noticed that there were some minor flaws with JC Wolf. Welcome back. Love to hear that, Ming Ming. You are so great. Yes, we had some minor flaws, but we are fixing them. We all saw that the numbers were incorrect concerning how much waste and how much waste the drones, etc. were actually. This is odd. This is the old menu. So maybe I have to do what most people have to do. Just do a nice. That's what it's supposed to look like. This is much better. So nice. This is a lot better. And look now, the waste units starting to spawn on the tiles. Which is really, really, really exciting. Yesterday we never really saw the waste unit spawning on the tiles. So the waste generation is not linear. It's an average of 12 per day, and it can kind of like all of a sudden you can have 2 or 3, but then you need to wait for another 6 or 7 hours. So it's not a linear waste generation on the tiles when you have pigs or territory staked on them. But now they are all full and it's time to collect them. So that's what we have to do. Yes, it's pretty amazing. We got 3 facilities here. we constructed. So this is only for educational purposes, and we were given resources so we could construct them. So at the moment, this is geothermal fissure. This is kind of the don't remember the name. Radial is something, yes, and solar grid. And now we're gonna collect some waste. And it's highly recommended that you wait until all tiles that are generating waste have 3 on each one of them before you claim it. That way you can reduce the gas cost per waste unit. Hello, Global Impact 967. Is there already a PFM manual on how to deal with waste and emission control, or do we have to watch and rewatch this video? We are currently producing an FAQ, frequently asked questions. But I mean, you don't need necessarily to rewatch this video. There's only one way to do it, and it's quite difficult to do it wrong. But yes, we are releasing tutorials, and the tutorials will go live when we officially go live with the launch of Mission Control. Sharpie, Mission Control has kind of soft launched. Good question. But it's actually officially being launched in the very near future. We are soft launch testing it on the mainnet now to make sure everything is working the way it's supposed to do, and we are taking care of the small minor bugs and fixes that we need to take care of. So I think you will be notified in a very short time from now about the official launch of the Mission Control. Hi Melly, nice to have you here. So Global Impact, we are releasing a lot of like tiny tutorials on how to do it, and there will also be an FAQ, frequently asked questions, which you can use for the purpose of understanding. And also, if you have access to Discord, well, that's a good place to ask for good advice as well. Leah Pilipina, hey. Can you reveal a little about branding or rating? Oh, well, not really. I think I'm gonna focus on the bits and pieces that we already have here today, and once we have rating up and running, I will explain more about it. But it's the in-game where you can steal or try to steal at least waste from other players in the game. And once we will release that, we're currently testing it to make sure it also will function the way we want it to. And as soon as it, I wonder why it is. It's not okay. Yeah, it's good. Sorry about that. I'm just adjusting the zoom of the recording. But okay, so I will explain to you everything about rating once we have it up and running. So it's really great. But for now, we're gonna focus on the things that we already have released, or kind of like soft released, and how it works and how it operates. But so yeah, but I mean, Leah Filipina, so I'm not gonna help you here on Discord with support issues. Support issues is you have to reach out to us. Other times I'm here to educate you how some things are functioning and so on. But if you have reached out to us there, I am pretty sure that there's a kind soul assisting you. Otherwise, well, keep on addressing us, and we will make sure that we attend your issues as soon as possible. We are all of us trying to make sure that this is up and running smoothly the way we want it to do. But hey, look at this. Claiming waste, as I told you, it's really good to wait until all tiles that are collecting waste have 3 waste units on each one of them before you claim it, because that way you will reduce the gas cost per waste unit. Okay, that was let's try it once more. I'm not even sure that I'm logged into the wallet, am I? Proxy have changed. Okay. So this is why it's good that we do a bit of a soft launch. So we are trying to fix all the issues that we find during the way. Claiming waste from tile, it will give me this error message. Not what I expected, not what I wanted. I've claimed from my private account earlier today, and it worked 100% fine. But what I will do is see if it helps. I will go to the menu and I will try to clear cookies and cache, because what we are doing now, we are doing so many updates, and since we're doing so many updates, it might cause a bit of an issue. So we will do like this, and we will try to log in again, see if it helps. How much waste we collect from a tile? If you stake land assets on your tiles, they will generate or spawn an average of 12 waste units per 24 hours. However, it will stop spawning once it reaches 3 waste units per tile. And then you have to go in and collect them. This way we are doing now. And you proceed by claiming and confirm, and hopefully this time it will work. No way! Huh. Unfortunately, well, unfortunately it's not working. Even though I try to click cookies and cache. So that's how you do it, and so I have another question here. When we stake only a pix, yes, that's what I'm telling you. It's 3 waste every 6 hours. In average, it doesn't necessarily mean that if you set your alarm for every 6 hours, there will be 3 waste, because it's an average of 12 per 24 hours. So yesterday during the Twitch stream, we did not have a single waste unit generated over the time of 1 hour and 45 minutes, or like even 2 hours. So yeah, it's various. Hello sir, can to buy the new Land Genesis used IXT token? No, you can only use Ethereum, and only on the Ethereum mainnet. There's an article explaining on how to transfer funds. If you go to the landing page of Planet IX, here, if you scroll down, there's a comms article. If you look at the new Land Genesis NFT mint, all the information you need is there. So go check it. So why not stake territories in tiles? Because a pix will generate the same amount of waste as a territory will do. So that's why it's better to leave your territories staked in the dashboard until you have a facility. And when you have a facility, well, then you can start generate energy. Amy, fam, great. 500 people to learn mission control. That's amazing. That is really, really amazing. I'm so happy that you are engaging so well in this new part of Planet IX. So if we go to the task manager, then we will see what our different assets are doing. I think still there's some so if we look at this, this is what it's generating. It's been generating 2 so far, and I can obviously claim it. I'm not claimed any energy yet, so I really would like to do it, but I'm gonna wait for more energy generated. But yeah, I can claim it. As soon as you have an energy generated from your facilities, you can claim them, which is really good. So what I'm gonna try to do now, I'm gonna try to log out and try to log in again and see if I can get the waste collection going. Just gonna try once more and see what happens. Oh man. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the main site, log out and log back in again and see if it works. I think I'm even gonna clear the cookies and cache once more because we want this to work perfectly fine during these sessions, don't we, guys? So I'm even gonna do the last 7 days, make sure I did not miss anything. Boom, gone with you. And now we are gonna log out and log back in again. Perfect. Update. See what we can get. So we go back to mission control and fingers crossed it will work this time. As I mentioned earlier, I am not going to talk about the rating yet. Now I'm going to focus on the things that we have already up and running here in the game. And once we have rating in place, I will explain everything to you about it and also how the minigame will work and so on. And it won't be long from now. Come on. Yes. This is what we want to see, guys. So if you have any issues in mission control or in Planet IX, before you ask for help, just please try to clear cookies and cache. It normally works. We are frequently doing so many updates in the game. And when that happens, clearing cookies and cache, it's kind of like it's a blessing from above. So really nice. But if you go back to manager and scroll down, we can claim a lot of things here today, which is awesome. We can start claiming the waste we have been refining at Eternal Lab. And at the Eternal Lab, we can get biomods and we can get blueprints, and hopefully we can get some blueprints. They're very rare, guys. There's like 1.2% chance of finding one. What do if the tile's not visible in mission control? If the tile's not visible in mission control, well, clear cookies and cache. This is what we don't want to see, guys. We don't want to see nothing when we refine our ways. We want them beautiful assets. So in between, I'm gonna claim some asset credits from GWS, Global Waste System, refinery of 25 waste, and I found nothing. But this time I know for sure that I will get some nice and juicy Astro credits, and then we're gonna go and claim the waste we've been refining at Eternal Lab once more. Yeah, so look at this. So there's a 5%, you know, the in-game corporation, Global Waste System, the owner of that company, his name is Buck. And Buck, he wants a buck for refining your waste. So he takes 5% and then he hits the pub or something. I'm not sure. He likes fries with dip. I believe he really enjoys, like, melted cheese all over his fries. So he's probably go to the pub and having cheese with melted fries with melted cheese and a pint, and just enjoys the life. Seems like a guy wanting those kind of things in life. But this is more exciting, If we're looking at OpenSea over the last couple of days and saw the prices of all the assets, hoo la la, those really, really, really rare assets like legendary biomods and blueprints, hoo la la, good prices. If you have any, you can make a good deal out there. So, oh my god, guys, look at this. Another nothing sign. How frustrating. So, look at this. We have 43 waste units, which means, well, we need more waste units so we can refine them. And since we don't have any drones in this account, we need to do manual labor to collect the waste. So, hopefully, this will spawn quicker than the last 3 ones did, and like yesterday. Because otherwise there's no more waste for us to refine unless we go and buy. So let's check out what the prices are for waste today. Perhaps we should go get some more. I think so, at least. I want more than just one, huh? I want a good amount of waste. A lot of people have been buying waste lately. Listings 0.16 Matic. There's only one in that. Quantity. So look at the prices. They're increasing. Lot of purchases lately. But maybe we should go and get some anyway. Can we get some more? No, we're not gonna send. Why can I only get one? Why Space Genesis? Never again. Limited edition. It was sold out in less than 3 minutes. The next one is the new lands going off on Thursday. Make sure you'll be fast. There will be a pre-launch for whitelist and AOC Gold batch owners. They have 1 hour pre-opening, and then there's 250 NFTs available for the public. So you gotta be quick. You gotta be so quick. If you're the first one to get, well, yes, I think you will be lucky. But all the Genesis NFTs, they are in limited capacity, and it's 1,001 in total, but 501 goes directly to the Pinball Genesis holders. So for the public, there's only 500. Thursday is the new lands. And I'm really excited about it. I'm definitely gonna try to get one. Just like I did for the white space Genesis NFT, and I was lucky to get one. But I think I wanna. So like no 0.15. This one. Quantity 1. Normally so. There we go. So we need 7 more just to make sure. Maybe we can get like clear all. Let's see if we can get this. 57. Because we want ways, don't we, guys? We want to make ways to refine. Your purchase is complete. Wonderful. So I bought 57 since I already had a 43, which means that the waste balance will soon increase to 100, and I can start refining waste again. And as you see, we have plenty of Astro credits in this account, but we don't have all the resources we need for what we actually do. But it doesn't really matter. We need these tiles to for waste spawning, so we can continue construct facilities, because without them, well but also what is really important for us to do now, since we already own 3 of these facilities, we need to build territories of same tier to maximize the energy output of those facilities. So let's see what happens when we update. Hopefully we are seeing, well, maybe just go to inventory, see if we have 100 waste units to exactly 100 waste units. Go to terminal and let's go to Eternal Lab and start refining waste, because that's what we want. We love those juicy biomods, and since we already have plenty of Astro credits, this is where we're gonna spend it all. So this is the case. If we think about if we go back to mission call, and if you think about the development of this account, and to maximize the income in form of energy or IXT or whatever kind of asset or token income you're looking at, we have very little waste generation. And waste generation is obviously important for to be able to transform them into other resources for facility construction. We do though have 3 facilities, and they generate energy. And energy, well, that's good for us because we will be able to stake it in the dashboard, but not yet, but still. So they will continue to generate energy. But to maximize it, it is crucial that we start to create our territories. And we haven't spent too much time since we are mainly focusing on mission control. But as I told you, it's really important for us to get them up and running, because this is the energy output of facilities on picks are very, very low compared to if you have any territories. And these are up and running already, so we're refining ways to extract more valuable resources. So I'm just gonna quickly go to the marketplace, to the Net Tempo marketplace, and check on how we're doing. and see if we've been able to progress any or progress at all, because we're still looking to create our well, first of all, we need to get our outlier domain up and running as soon as possible. And it's nice that we already have another Pix up and running, but it's going the wrong way. So we need to focus on having this ready, because the energy output will be, let's see, a lot better compared to if we stake it on a Pix. So I'm quickly gonna go and make sure that we just bid on the most important and crucial parts of this, and the same thing checking out on, ooh la la, zooming in, stop zooming in. Same thing with the outlier location, because at the moment we are, I think we own an outlier facility as well as a, let's actually go and have a look. I'm not sure if that's the case. So just make sure that we know what we are owning, right? So since facility must match the tier, so we need an outlier as soon as possible. We do not own a facility of uncommon, which we, well, desperately are trying to build. But rare, we own one, and we are doing really, it's been difficult for us to build a territory in that location of the map, so we need to perhaps to switch location. But so these are the most crucial picks to bid on to complete this domain. So I'm just quickly gonna update the bid, and hopefully we will find some kind of nice reaction. And I also believe, like, I've seen a lot more direct action lately, which is nice, meaning that more and more people are joining in and starting to play the game. And the same thing goes for the uncommon area where we're building. We need to go and check on how we're doing there. Perhaps no, maybe what we have to do, we have to start building in common area, because we already have a common facility. So I have to find a place on the map where I find suitable to build, and I do believe I know why or where. So we're just gonna spend too much time here. I'm just gonna make sure that we get some tiny bits of bidding going before we go back to mission control and show you everything there, because we are definitely here to educate you, nothing else. Oh la la, I need to do a lot of bidding here. Okay, so I might leave that for now, and I'm just gonna quickly go and check on how we're doing over there, if there's any chance that we can create an area. We need 40 connected picks, and it looks far-fetched. We are not even halfway there. We are not even nearly completing an area in this location of the map. Wow. Okay, whatever. So what's important to understand with mission control? Well, as you say, we need to do a manual collection of waste, and the only tiles in our mission control at the moment that are generating waste are the 3 tiles where there are land assets staked. So land assets, they produce energy. Unfortunately it says 0 here, but the waste output per day is an average of 12. So looking, if you scroll down, we have a tile here, A4. This is the A4 tile. The solar grid, A4. There is a outlier picks staked, and on top of that there's an outlier facility. So we have an energy output per day of 1. It's very little. So to fill this one up, it will take 100 days before maximum amount has been generated. That's why it's so important to have the territories ready. So let's go up here. So domain territory gives 6 power. Single picks 1, area 3. So there's 200% more output of an area compared to a single picks. And also how long it would take for energy to be produced. For outlier tier, 24 hours, common 20, uncommon 16, rare 12, and legendary 8. And you can also, you will also be able to upgrade your facilities in the future. But yeah, this explains why it's so important to move from a single pick to an area, because you have a 200% higher energy production on those tiles. And maybe that's what we should do. We can easily create an area or even a sector zone. But it's stupid to make any mistakes, because we don't know where the next picks will be bought. I have 2 drones, so 2 tiles waste was collected by drone, but other 4 tiles I cannot collect waste. So could you show us how to collect that waste? Thank you. Yeah, so at the moment there's no waste units, but I showed you here in the beginning of the session. I had to clear cookies and cache, log out and log back in again. After that, claiming the waste was completed. So if you have an issue with claiming your waste, what you do is, when there's waste units on the tile, you click on the tile. If there's 3 units, you need to click 3 times on each one of the tiles, and they will be collected, and there will be a pop-up window saying this amount of waste has been collected. Do you want to claim it? And you press yes please or confirm, and then you confirm it in your wallet app. So when waste spawns, they spawn on the tiles where you do not have a facility or a tech staked upon. When you have tech, when you have a drone, the drone collects the waste for you, so you don't need to go in and collect it when 3 waste units have spawned on the tile. But the most important thing is to utilize and populate all the tiles in mission control as soon as possible. If you don't do that, you're kind of like missing out. So each one of the tiles represent approximately 15 and 16% of the Ronnie. Hey, how are you doing? 16%, 70% of the total amount of tiles. So make sure that you utilize, populate them all. Even though if you just take a single picks, that picks will generate 12 waste unit in average over 24 hours. So at this moment, when we are not owning any drones, the account is running a bit slow. On the other hand, we have come much further in the development of our mission control state, because we already do have 3 facilities. Did you know that Arcade is hosting a trivia for whitelist spot for Newlands? I think there's a collab thing happening there. We hosted one earlier today. It is right now. Okay. Hurry up, guys. Make sure you compete for one of the whitelist spots. I would definitely do it. Those whitelist spots will give you an opportunity to enter the pre-mint hour. So for those who get the whitelist spots, and for those who have the AOC gold badge, you will have an hour head start to the public sale, and will also be a cheaper price. So 0.08 ETH instead of 0.12 ETH per NFT. So make sure you go in there and try to get hold of a whitelist spot. Well worth invested time, I would say. Definitely well worth invested time. So at the moment, there's nothing much I can do on this account or in this mission control. I need to wait for these 3 tiles to start generating waste again. We just claimed it. These, they are generating energy, but since they're staked on picks, they will generate very little energy compared to if there was a territory staked underneath them. Hence the importance of having territories. So territories, they are the first productive asset in Planet X. You can both stake them on the dashboard and in mission control. And when you have facilities, they are very great to have in mission control. If you want to build things, well, you open the build menu, you go and build. If you have any tech, drones, they will be here. But I don't, so I cannot have any. And facilities, well, there's only 3 staked. And then we have land. And I have already populated all the tiles with land acid for them to generate waste. So at the moment, there's nothing much I can do here. On overview, I can check what's placed on each one of the tiles, and I can also remove any asset that's staked on the tile. On the task manager, well, we see what is going on all and what we can complete or claim. We have 3 facilities. They are currently producing energy. It takes pretty long time because they're staked on picks. We just sold or started to refine waste at Eternal Lab. They would take 6 hours each, unless we accelerate them. We can spend Astro credits, and per 5 Astro credit we reduce the time with 1 hour. So now I can spend 30 Astro credits, and it will accelerate the refining process to instant. Hi friends, welcome. So now it's the in-game corporation Eternal Lab is processing it. It's accelerating the process of refining our waste. And boom, acceleration successful. Processing unit indicating nominal values agent. Which means now we can go and claim it. And we did not have the best of luck yet during today. So hopefully we can get something nice and juicy out of this one. And we all know which resources are the most valuable ones, the most rare ones, and it's the blueprint, and then it's the legendary biomod. Come on, come on, come on, come on, give me something nice. Now it's happening, now it's happening, now it's happening. Good. Finally. Third attempt, and we got a common biomod. It took us hundreds of years, but soon we can finally see beyond the natural world. Here's your compensation, dear. Nice. And if we scroll down, since we do not have any active orders at Global Waste Systems nor new lands, there's nothing much else we can do here today either. And these are doing a great job. So what's the most important thing to do for this account right now? Well, it's actually bidding to make sure that we get our territories up and running. And as you know, we do have a common facility. So maybe we should find a place on a map where we hold some common picks, or maybe just pick a random place. I think maybe picking a random spot. We are not too. Let's see what the density of picks looks like here. Looks pretty good. And what is it? Deselect. This is outlier. We are already building an outlier, so zooming out a little bit, moving around the map, and what have we got here? Is this looks a little bit too small to be common. This looks like it is rare. Not what we are looking for. What about this, guys? Is this what we're looking for? No, it's not. It's also rare picks. But maybe what we can do is we can use the filters. We can set comment. We can scroll out. We can apply it. Zoom out. And there will definitely be a common fix. Okay, if we do like this and we update it. See the density of the map. Is this a good position? It looks rather tiny. A little bit too difficult in my opinion at the moment. Well, I don't think we're gonna have a lot of competition there either, so maybe it was a good position, but I am gonna try to find another one. So this is much better, a lot bigger. Nice. This might be the place for us to start building. Maybe it's even better over here. Yes, I think so. We need a total of 600 picks. No, 400 picks. Means 20 times 20. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 20 times 20. So this entire patch we need to buy every pix. But okay, let's do it. Let's get going. Make sure that we are giving us a chance, an opportunity at least, to build a because without it we will remain producing 1.2 energy per day, which is, you know, in my opinion, not enough. We need to increase it. We need to optimize it. We only have 6 tiles to utilize, and how can we do it the best way possible? The case is the best way possible to do it is to actually build, or try to build at least, territories and this is we're gonna save this location. Nice. And now I really wish it could bid in the background while I was focusing on something else, exploring or going through the notification. But no, not really. But it's part of it. Well, however, the importance of building territories is, well, it's crucial. Pigs are obviously good because they will generate waste also, but you need to be a lot more active compared to if you have a drone. So you have an average of 12 waste per tile for pigs staked on in mission control. A piercer drone gives you 13, and then there's the Genesis drone that will give you 14 per 24 hours. The difference is that the drone will collect it for you, and you don't have to go in approximately every 6 hours to collect the generated waste. Ha! I don't give no. I'm just trying to find good positions. It's all about finding good positions and exploring the world. Sometimes it's like a flight simulator, just browsing around the map, find a good location, start bidding and hope for the best. Hope that the people who owns the pigs are friendly people who are willing to trade and who are enjoying my bids. But what I also know is that on this account we have enough resources to construct another facility. So what we could do to increase our liquidity, it would be to sell perhaps one of the facilities. We could list them for sale, we could list them for auction. Yeah, to actually sell the facility. You know, people are eager to buy them because it takes quite some time to build them. And if you have been building a territory of a certain tier, maybe you reach the level of zone in rare tier, but you perhaps do not have any drones, or you don't have any resources, you maybe did not spend much IXT on buying the last cargo drop where all the resources were included, it might be a good alternative to spend some money and buy the facility on the marketplace instead of constructing it yourself. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong, it's just an idea. And for us to increase our liquidity, that would perhaps be a good alternative if we were to sell a facility, and I'm just making up numbers. We could perhaps buy 3 drones. Those 3 drones we could stake on the 3 tiles where we're not having anything staked on top of our land tiles as it is now. And for as long as we have not completed our territories, it's as I told you, it's like 200% higher energy production going from pix to area. That's the step we need to take, and we want to take it as soon as possible. So maybe what we're doing, we might go and build an outlier area today. Maybe that's what we need to do. Just build that outlier area and we will increase the energy output 200%. I think that's what we have to do. But before we do it, we need to make sure that we are not messing it up for ourselves strategically, because when we are about to reach next level of territories, like going into sector, we don't want to cause any problems for ourselves. Not at all. Not at all. Okay. Now we started a process of building a common area. We hope that it will give us some nice results. I think we're gonna bid just a little bit more, maybe place another 100 bids, and then we're gonna go and start to create that first area. Okay. And see our energy production increase a lot. So those of you guys who are listening to me today, have you all started to set your mission control up? Have you populated all your tiles? What assets have you got staked on top of your land tiles? Do you have drones? Do you have facilities? Do we have anyone out there with a facility? Someone with a facility? Or, perhaps even more than one facility. I'll be impressed if you have more than one facility. Definitely. Global Impact 967 do have a facility. Very impressive. That is amazing. And you have populated all your tiles. Do you stake drones on all the other tiles, or do you only have single picks or territories, or what does your facility, or like what does your mission control look like? This account is obviously quite lucky, since we've been, you know, given resources to show how to construct different assets in this game. So nice. So both drones and facility, which means we have waste generation. That's nice. So yeah, we're gonna go back to mission control shortly. I'm just gonna quickly make sure that we are getting some bits done. It'll only be a couple of more minutes, and then we're gonna go back to mission control and we're gonna explain everything once more, or in my opinion, what is important to understand. Mission control don't necessarily mean you have to be too active as a player. Once you have your drone staked, once you have your facility staked, they kind of like do the job for you. Coming that way, coming all the way there, you need to invest quite a lot of time. Going in, claiming waste, perhaps every 6th hour, perhaps every 3rd hour if you're lucky, or, you know, every now and then. Because they just spawn and you don't know when. What is also worth understanding is picks and all other land tiles like area, sector, zone, or domain, they generate the same amount of waste. Territories, they are very important when it comes to energy production. But for as long as you don't have any facilities, I suggest that you leave them staked in the territory staking dashboard, so you can earn passive IXT. That IXT, well, you can keep on building your empire, creating more areas, sectors, zones, and domains. Sell them, you know, whatever you want to do with them. But for staking them, you can do this as well, you know, just keep on doing it. But as long as you have facilities, then it's worth starting using the territories for energy production as well. Worth mentioning is that depending on the current situation of how many territories that are staked in the territory staking dashboard and how much energy is currently being staked in the energy staking dashboard, it kind of like differs how much you will earn. Hi Jude Best. So it's always worth going into both dashboards and have a look at the current output of both of the pools. It's like with the zones and domains and sectors. Sometimes when there's not enough of territory staked in a certain tier, not enough of the pool is being released to make sure that the payout is higher than the previous stage of territory. So owning two sector or like two zones could be more profitable than owning a domain. So also make sure that you go and do the DD, due diligence, before you stake your territory in either the territory staking dashboard or in mission control. Yes, Crowd Africa, you can put whatever you want on the tiles. there's no difference between the land assets you stake on the tiles. As long as you don't have a structure such as drone or facilities on top of it, they will generate the exact same amount of waste per 24 hours. So when trying to populate a tile, this message below came up on MetaMask. Is this normal? You granting access to all NFTs? Yes, it is normal. If you're not accepting it, you're not accepting the staking contract to hold the asset for you while it's being staked. So when you're staking something, the same thing with your IXT, they are being transferred from your wallet. So basically you're lending it out, and there's an agreement between the contract you're sending the asset to and your wallet, saying, hey, for as long as it's being staked there, you are giving rewards, or whatever the purpose is of that staking contract. And if you're not accepting it, well, then you cannot stake it. So you need to accept that it is interacting with the staking contract of the certain asset that you are using. So you need to do that for pics. You need to do that for facilities, for drones, and all future assets that can be utilized in Planet IX mission control. It's the same thing with an exchange, or like a decentralized exchange such as QuickSwap. If you are not allowing QuickSwap to take assets out of your wallet, how can it exchange it for something else? So that's just a standard procedure of how contracts in Web3 work. Think of it as a bank where you lend out your money to. You're transferring the money to that account, and once you want to withdraw them, you go to an ATM or you go to the desk of the bank and you ask for your money, and they will send you the money. They will transfer you the money back. The same thing will happen with these kind of contracts. Gotcha. Text stream. Yes, just like the territory staking. Exactly like that. It's the same thing. It's just a standard procedure. So in mission control, we will all be given 6 tiles. Populating them all is important, because if you are not using all of them, you're losing 16% per tile, and you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you optimize it. Territories, they will spawn the same amount of waste per 24 hours as a pigs do. So if you're not holding any facilities in your inventory, there's no point in staking them in mission control. Leave them into this territory staking dashboard for them to generate IXT. If you have a facility, well, do your due diligence and make sure that you have it staked on the right spot. You can earn energy, or you can earn IXT in the staking dashboard. Up to you to decide what you find is the best possible outcome at the current state of both of the pools. So there's another question here. When I look into the build part of mission control, I see several of my picks per category, and it says place outlier picks on empty tile, but don't see tiles at all. So if you're looking at my screen, these are the tiles. Can you not see them? Is that what you're saying? So when I go to build, there's build. Are you using a mobile phone, or are you using a computer? Laptop. Okay, so if you don't see them, well, you have to clear cookies and cache and log out of it and log in again. I'm not sure what you mean in crowd Africa. I put only 2 waste on the legendary. Is it good? You don't put waste on it. Waste will spawn. You cannot increase the speed, accelerate the speed of when waste are spawning or not. They will just spawn randomly over poison distribution schedule, and it's an average of 12 waste per day. Everything is here in the waste explained here in the wage management or the facility and rating. Here it is the generation distribution, and here it says waste spawns according to a Poisson 12 distribution with an average of 12 waste every 24 hours, where at any point in time no more than 3 units of waste can accumulate on a tile. Jude Best, your waste is also an NFT, but you can either do it in global waste systems. So if you have plenty of waste, you need to at least 25 waste. You can go to global waste system. Selling them to global waste system will give you Astro credits. Refining your waste at internal labs will give you other resources, such as, so if you go here, and if I would have any waste, I could refine them at this company, the Eternal Labs, and you will be able to get any of these kind of resources. There's 1.2% chance of getting a blueprint, which is the most rare one, and biomodel legendary 2.4% chance. Those are the most difficult ones to get. So if you go to Eternal Labs, you can refine your waste there and you will get any of these resources. If you go to global waste systems, it's the black tile or the grayish one. You can sell waste to them, and at global waste system, when you sell it to them, you will give an extra credits. They take a 5% cut. Yes, so crowd Africa, as I just told you, maximum of 3 waste unit per tile at a time, and I highly recommend that you wait for all the tiles that you have land assets staked upon to have spawned 3 waste units per tile, because that way you will reduce the gas price per waste unit. I don't have any waste unit spawn on these tiles at the moment, but they will eventually spawn. So if you don't see your land tiles, if you don't see your tiles, I highly recommend that you go and clear cookies and cache, log out and log back in again. We are doing so many updates during this this process when we are, fixing all the minor bugs. So it might become necessary to do so every now and then for the nearest future coming, especially if you find something difficult to if you have any issues with like building any land or tech or facility on top of your land. The overview will give you an overview what is currently ongoing on your tiles. On A1, A2, A3, A4 there's only picks generating waste, and on A4, A5, A6 there are picks and outlier facility, rare picks, rare facility, and common picks and common facility. Yes, global impact, that is correct. We are still finalizing the last details of the, let's see where it is, the white space in-game corporation, which is vendor for both drones and upgrades of same. And who knows if there might be another different kind of harvester, like waste harvester, being released in the near future. I think you all have heard that there will be a rover, and Whitespace will probably be the provider of that as well. So to interact with Whitespace in the future, they will upgrade your drones. They will take care of your damaged rover or your damaged drones or whatever that needs to be repaired. So it's all coming. We just need to finalize the last details of that. But it's correct. Rosine77, hi, how are you? Mono RK, good to have you guys on board here today as well. So what else is there to think of? The manager, it's task manager. Whatever current process you have ongoing, you can claim, or you can accelerate, or even claim when they're ready. Let's accelerate another one of these to find out what's inside. You do so by spending Astro credits. Astro credits you get from refining waste or selling waste to global waste systems. They take a 5% cut. So Buck can go and have a lot of fun. Refining waste at Eternal Labs, well, they don't really take a cut, but it's a high risk, high reward trade, I would say. So there's a 39% risk or chance, however you want to call it, that you will find nothing in your refined waste. We will find out now. Normally I wouldn't do it because I wouldn't accelerate it. I don't own any waste. I don't produce a lot of waste, which means there's no point in spending Astro credits to accelerate the process of refining the waste, unless I'm looking for the last missing piece to construct the facility. If you have funds, well, it might be quicker to go and look on the secondary market at OpenSea, since there's a probability of getting a certain resource at Eternal Lab. We don't know beforehand. It's a bit of a lottery, and the most likely scenario is that you won't get anything at all. In this case, we were given an outlier biomod. That's still not too bad. There's two in-game corporations you can interact with to refine and sell your waste. It's Global Waste System, and then there's Eternal Lab. We have another in-game corporation called Newlands. It's the construction corporation that will provide you facilities. You can build facilities. They will construct them for you, and they will supply it to you. If you want to build, click on build, next, and by default it's preset the amount of resources required to construct a facility. Same thing here, there's a probability of which facility you will get when you spend the amount of resources required. However, you can increase the chance of getting a certain tier facility by spending more biomods. So if you really would like an outlier biomod, then you can add more biomods to that recipe. If you really would like a common facility, well, then you can spend more biomass to create a thermal well. So by default, there's a 29.41% chance of getting a thermal well. If I spend 5 extra, there's a 71.42% chance of getting that tier facility. So you can elaborate, you can change, and figure out the best outcome for you. I'm not going to construct the facility today since I don't have any territories to stake them on top of. But yeah, facilities, you go to new lands. This will take you back to mission control. You can use any drones. Genesis drones will produce 14 waste per day, and Pierce drone 13. And they will collect for you up to 48 hours. Everything is, if you want to study the white paper, it explains everything here. Harvest the drones. The different kinds of drones are explained here in this section of the white paper, and explains what kind of token it is and the outcome of output of using any of them. Yeah, I think that's like the basics of mission control. You can utilize most in-game assets in different ways. For production of waste, you use land assets or drones. For energy, you use facilities. That will be the lesson for today. I appreciate everyone for joining in. There's plenty of work to be done. I'm gonna continue to do some work before I see you here back again, probably tomorrow. As always, pleasure having you. Have a wonderful morning, day, or evening, wherever you are located in the world. And much love to all of you. And don't forget to write down your questions. We're here to answer them. And if you have any issues, reach out to us in Discord and help desk. Ciao, and I'll see you guys soon again. Ciao.